G'day everyone, welcome back. Aussie Dad Life. Bit of a different review for you today. I am back in the office now, started a new job, so I had to go out and get some new clothes after 8 months of working from home. But one of the important things that I needed was to get some new shoes. Now, I've decided a few years ago to not skimp out on shoes. I'd rather buy shoes that are going to last a long time, that I can repair, than just keep buying cheap crap that falls apart and looks terrible after a few months worth of wear. Now, obviously, I work inside in an office. I've got a set of R.M. Williams that I sort of my day-to-day, and I've also got a set of black Lokes that I wear as well. So I've had both of those for 4 or 5 years, and you know they hold up fine. You can bring them back to a beautiful shine. Everything else, I wanted a set of tan or brown coloured shoes. So I looked around online. But Lokes and so on seem to have gone to silly prices. They're $400. I think at the time when I bought them, they were only around $300, even though they are, and similar with the RMs. So I thought I'd have a bit of a look around, and I came across this company. They normally do shirts. You've probably seen advertising. They're an English company called Charles Tybert. I think that's how you say the name. They also do shoes. So I did a bit of a looking around, reviews, and their shoes seem to be okay. So Goodyear welted soles, so they're replaceable, rebuildable if there's anything goes wrong with them, etc. So $187 off their website as part of the Black Friday sales. I took a punt on the sizing because I sort of sit in between 11.5 and a 12, and whether it's a wide or a not. So I just took a flat 12 with a standard width and hope to hell that it's going to come out all right. Anyway, they turned up. This is the box. They came in another box, obviously. It's a nice blue box. Open her up. Now, it did come with all of the shoes wrapped individually with the paper tissue, and the stuff pushed inside to keep the shoe shape. But I pulled it out and tested them to make sure they fit, etc., and so on, so in case I had to send them back. Now, interesting, in the top of the box, in the lid, it actually has a breakdown of how to care for your shoe, what sort of what the material is, what sort of equipment to use on them, the leather soles, general usage. You should put shoe trees in them and so on, so that they keep their shape. It's probably one of the most important things. Buy a couple of sets of shoe trees if you're going to get some good shoes. I've got them in my other ones. It holds the shape, it stops the wrinkles, and your shoes keep looking really, really good. So put that to the side. So here we go. Here they are now. As you can see here, they're a tan colour with the leather soles. For some reason, I seem to churn through leather-soled shoes fairly quickly. I'm about 95 kilos at the moment, so I'm not exactly a lightweight guy. Admittedly, I was doing a lot of walking, from train stations to work, but now I'll be driving. I'll only have fairly short trips, and it'll be interesting to see how these leather ones hold up. Now, obviously, they've got Goodyear welted. It's got a little sole protector on the plastic thing to talk about if you wanted to try them on and then send them back if they were no good. It's got a rubber sole here. A bit hard to tell what the heeling is made of, whether that's cork or leather. It does look like it's leather, and it's quite thick, the rubber pad, so should last a fair while. Inside, it's got leather. You can see there it's got like the leather insole. This is padding. This is not leather, I don't think. It just looks like some sort of foam padding, but in the front half it's all leather. Shoes overall fit, finish looks really, really good. There's only I can't really see. I'm just looking really closely at it now as we're talking. There's a little bit of glue bits and pieces in there that aren't, well, they probably should have been cleaned up or whatnot, but the leather is in really good nick, obviously being brand new, but there's no marks or scratches or anything there that I can see. They look really, really nice. So I'm hoping I should be able to get years and years of future use out of these, and they'll actually go with the rest of the suits and so on that I've bought. The leather feel-wise, now there's a couple of different types. There's polished leather, and there's another sort, which is this particular one. The polished is the one that's got but it looks fake. It looks good at the start, but as soon as you get a scuff in it, you can't really fix it. You can't do anything. These are where if you do get a mark, you can actually, if you put the right conditioning and cream and so on it, you'll be able to get it back out and nearly bring it back to absolutely perfect. So I'm talking to the camera, buddy.
It's not on.
So yeah, here's the other one. So there's the pair overall. Like I said, they look really, really nice. I got the Oxfords this time. I've got the other black pair that I've got a Lokes are a Brogue, but I just wanted something plain, simple that I can chuck on with jeans or obviously the business attire and so on. Now the model, this one here, it's a tan Goodyear welted Oxford toe cap, UK size 12s. Not sure what really else to say. I'll check back in a bit later in a month or two after wearing them every couple of days. I'll rotate these through, so I'll only wear these probably twice a week. So it'll take a while to get some use out of them and get them to break in and whatnot. Might even wear them just around the house to slowly break them in when I need to. But overall, looking around inside them now, they're not all. I'm just looking now as you look more and more closely. The insides, I'm not sure if you can see in there, if I rotate it or not, but there's some white material. So that's obviously on the inside there. It's not all just leather. So your feet, I'd be interested to see if your feet start to sweat or not with that lining that's in there, or what. I'll be very interested to see, because all the other shoes that I've got don't actually have that. Now, I think online these were retailing for about $250 to $280, I think. I can't remember. So yeah, you'll need to have a look and see what you think. But everywhere else, the upper and all around this part here where your foot, where it laces up and holds tight, it's all leather and looks really nice. Now, are these comparable to a Lokes or a Church's? I don't know. We'll find out with how things go over the test of time. But looking at the shoe, like I can see, obviously they've been polished and whatnot. I can see a little bit of leftover product in some of these really tight corners and whatnot. But overall, and yeah, new shoe smell awesome. Alright, so as you can see here, I've got the new pair versus my older Lokes. Now, the Lokes, I've got a leather inner sole in them. Now these ones are made in England. Like I said, I've had these for quite a few years now, and I really, really like them. Now these are obviously they're a toe cap job, but they're a Brogue versus just the plain. Now, just been down, like I said, and picked them up, so they've been completely resoled and a new heel put on them. And from condition wise, they've had a few scuff marks and whatnot, but being black, you could sort of work that out normally. From a direct comparison to these shoes, from the feel of the leather, I guess I'm not sure what you call these, are the uppers. This feels thicker, and it actually looks thicker. It's all leather in here. There is no material like you've got in the other one. It's just all leather. There is no, what's it called? Man-made material in the shoe. The leather on the outside feels, from a feel perspective, it feels very similar. This does feel slightly, not smoother. It just feels nicer, I suppose. It feels better quality. Admittedly, these were around the $380. I think I paid for them about, like I said, 4 or 5 years ago. And the Charles Mob do a handmade in England pair. They started around $380 versus these ones, like I said, they retail for $220 on their website at the moment. So what else have we got here? I'm just looking through. From a creasing perspective, I don't know if you can see that very well with the light. I have creasing in here, but there is absolutely no chipping or anything along those lines. And I do keep these with shoe trees inside them, and they last, and they still look, I think, amazing for the condition. So I was just playing around, bending these shoe, and you can see these are going to get the creasing as well. And time will tell if it starts to flake or chip or crack or anything along those lines. From a weight perspective, very similar, obviously, because I've gone with the rubber soles. Puts a little bit more weight in the shoe. Inside wise, this was all smooth leather inside. And it doesn't look like they've put like that cheap thin. If I open that up, it's all sort of one piece and sewn up to the top, whereas these have got like that, what I would call the thin layer of leather, and then it's just the raw leather, sort of soft, you know, the inside part of the leather. It's not the outer skin on there. Now, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I guess time will tell. And same for the tongue, as you can see here to a certain degree. They've got that inner bit sewn on, and it's just the raw leather versus the Lokes, which has, oh, there you go, it's exactly the same. It's got the raw and an inner part sewn onto that. So I think there's not a lot of difference. Like I said, it does feel to be not as high quality shoe as the Lokes, especially just around this upper part. It's thicker. This is quite thin. It will feel, I suppose, mold to your foot pretty well, but how will it hold up from a longevity point of view? I don't know. This has got three, like I said, you can actually see there are 3 layers of leather here around this shoe. So, you know, admittedly some of that will be for the broguing and whatnot, but there's an inner, a middle and an outer. These just have what looks to be the inner and then the outer. I suppose it's where you're paying the extra money, you know, for the better quality shoe. So yeah, anyway, we'll jump back into the rest of the review from yesterday, and if you've got any questions, leave them below. The soles with the welting looks really, really neat. Once again, I'm not sure if you can see there, but no imperfections that I can see. Really, really tidy, really nice, classy looking shoe. So for 180 bucks, I think these would destroy a Hush Puppy, Julius Marlowe, or, you know, any of the other sort of lower brand, Aquilas. I'm not sure how you say their name brands, but yeah, these look really, really nice. So anyway, quick review. Thanks for watching Aussie Dad Life. You can subscribe, that'd be awesome. Get my stats up, and I'll catch you on the next video. Anyway, thanks for watching.